Guten Tag, it's Rich from Hughes Kettner, and I'm sat here today with Mr. Michael Wagner.
Hi there.
One of our original amplifiers from the original Black Spirit 200 release from last year. And today we're here to give you a quick but thorough introduction to the brand new Black Spirit 200 combo, which you'll see before you and which you've heard Michael playing just then. So we're going to tell you a little bit about the features and the specs of the amp. Michael's going to play some sounds for us, and that's what we're going to do today. So to go straight into it, you should already know the Black Spirit 200 head because that came out last year and we did a whole bunch of videos with Michael and a lot of other guys about it. There's plenty for you to see online, and the main features of the combo are the same. So you've got the 4 all analog channels, all the tone generated by the Spirit tone generator technology, and all the information on that is hidden within the links here if you want to find out more about that. You've got all the built-in effects, reverb, delay, modulation, and so on. You've got the innovative, pioneering sagging control to control how much sagging you've got in the power amp. You've got all your kind of EQ controls that you would normally expect on an amp. You've got all the different possibilities with intelligent stomp boost on each channel. You've got the master volume, presence, and resonance controls. So you've got everything that was in the Black Spirit 200, but this is in combo format, and that is the main difference. So Bernd Schneider, our main engineer, and the R&D team went through years of testing and checking to find out the best format to make the Black Spirit combo, and they settled upon this diminutive 1x12 format. It's what's called a Teal Small, or for you Germans, Tealer Small format. It's a 1x12, and the speaker inside is a UK-made Celestion Creamback G1275H, which I believe you, Michael, are familiar with and enjoy, right?
Yes, I'm a huge fan of the Creamback. I've been using it for 2 years now, and for me it's really the perfect speaker because it's warm and it's incredibly rich, but it's also punchy when you need it to be punchy.
Exactly, yeah, and the punch is added to by the effect of this teal small cabinet here.
Yeah.
It's ported, and what that means is you can see down at the bottom there, you've got some bass reflex ports, and when you put the combo down on the floor like this, in connection with the bass reflex ports down there, it allows you to get so much more punch and low end coming out of such a small enclosure size. What we're trying to go for with the Black Spirit 200 combo is the biggest sounding 1x12 you'll ever get to play, a wall of sound that you can carry in one hand, or something like that. But enough marketing nonsense, let's get into how it sounds.
Yeah.
Play us something. We were on the clean channel before, weren't we?
Yeah, right now we're on the clean channel, and as you heard, it's not really clean in the way I played it, because also the clean channel has more than enough gain to do like rock and even solo. It's more a question of voicing, and right now here, I got a very crunchy sound when I play it like this, but when I turn down my playing dynamics a little bit, I really do have a clean sound, and if I even wanted to be more clean, I just put down the gain a little bit, and now I have the right sound for example, funk as well. So there's also a real clean sound in the clean channel, in case you wondered.
Exactly, yeah. We were on the clean channel the whole time. At the start, it was pretty crunchy, and I have to say that part of the secret behind that is the P90s and this beautiful 1956, genuine 56 Les Paul Special that Michael has brought in to play for us today. But you can take the combo down to pure, pristine cleans.
Yeah.
No crunch, no breakup or anything like that. It has a whole lot of headroom, as you know from the head already, and those were 2 very good examples of different sounds that you can get just from this one channel. And that's before you engage the boost, before you play around with the sagging control to select how much power amp sag you've got in the play. why don't we talk a little bit just about the sagging while we're here? In fact, what might be good is if you just play a little bit, I'll turn the sagging up and down and signal to you guys what we're doing, and you'll be able to hopefully hear the difference as we go.
Yeah, just play a little riff rock again. And it gets a lot of that richness and that overtones that you only get when you crank up a tube amp.
Yeah, that sag is like this mythical sort of term that we talk about when we talk about cranking all the tube amps with no master volume control right into that sweet spot where they suddenly start to sound like all the iconic sounds that we think about, especially in classic rock.
Exactly, and especially for the more vintage-oriented kind of players out there like myself, this is a really great feature because it gives you all of that classic, old school, vintage guitar sound colors that you know from your favorite tube amps.
Yeah, exactly. And the one cool thing about this is, well, not the one cool thing, the one other cool thing about this is that you can experience the different levels of sag at any volume. So we're playing at a pretty decent room volume, perhaps quiet rehearsal level sort of here. With an old school tube amp, you'd really have to be cranking that to ear splitting levels to get this kind of saturation and sagging from the power amp section. Definitely.
Exactly. So, and this is... think it's... and right now it's on the volume as we speak and have a conversation.
Exactly, yeah. And that was the clean channel. We're going to move into crunch territory now.
Exactly, and the difference between the clean channel and the crunch channel is not so much the amount of gain that you have, but more the kind of voicing the channel have, and you will hear it.
We've got a very low grain crunch sound there. I'm going to turn the gain up while you play. So.
Yeah.
There we go, that was crunch. I wound up the gain and then I kicked in the boost as well, and it took us up to 11. And within about 30 seconds there, from kind of the clean channel through all the way to the top of the crunch there, you've covered so many different tonal bases, I would say.
Exactly, and this crunch channel is like there you get the classic 80s tones. Like it's very, it has a lot of mids. So it's a really, really punchy sound, and I think it will cut through every mix. And I really like this fat and this fat and MIDI sound. And it's perfectly suitable for rhythm as well as lead playing, especially when you mess around with the boost.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, we've literally just, within 2 minutes, just done this, but of course, using all the MIDI capabilities and the saving capabilities of up to 128 different presets, you could save all these different tones.
Yeah.
So if you wanted that clean sound, then a clean sound with a bit more hair, a bit more crunch, etc., you can save all those different sounds and recall them with the foot switch or with the free app for iPad or your tablet of choice. You're just one press away at any time. And we can save all the sounds that you make in this video, for example, and give them to you guys out there. It's that simple.
And you also have what is perfectly for me and this P90 guitar. As you might notice, we don't have a lot of noise here. And that's because we have a built-in noise gate, which cuts off all the hum that you usually get from a P90's guitar. Because honestly, these are my favorite pickups, but they always come with the price of this big noise. And this noise gate is incredibly well working, and you can really fine-tune where it cuts off the noise and you still have the dynamics. So as you can hear, I can roll down the volume and really enjoy this single coil sound of the P90s, and I don't have any, like it doesn't cut off the notes like many noise gates do, or many cheaper noise gates do, but I can really enjoy the full range of dynamics of this guitar and then just crank it up and have no problem with the noise whatsoever.
Exactly, yeah. It's a very musical noise gate, I would say.
Yeah.
And it's also, again, completely programmable between presets. So, for example, if you've got a high-gain heavy rock preset, you can have it on quite high there just to minimize the hum from the amp. But if you then go back to a cleaner sound, or if you wind back the volume for a different preset, you don't want it to be so sensitive.
Yeah.
You don't want it to cut off sustaining notes, for example. So you can simply program the noise gate to be off or just to be on at a minimal sort of level.
Yeah.
And that's easy. That's the way forward. Yeah, so there is one other thing that you may have noticed which is slightly different about what we're doing today. Normally when we do videos for you with the Black Spirit amps and the Meister amps, the Tube Meister and the Grandmeister, we'd run everything straight into our mixer using the red box direct out on the back of the amp. We couldn't really do that with the combo. It does feature the Redbox AE Plus, just like the Black Spirit head with the 8 different cabinet types, but we really wanted to let you have an experience of how this kind of sounds a bit to us in the room anyway. So we've mic'd the speaker up using a Shure SM57, which is pretty much the standard mic for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was about it, I would say, for a first introduction to these two channels. There's a couple more points I want to raise. The first is that if you're into your more heavy modern metal sounds or progressive metal, stuff like that, we've done a video with John Brown, another of our amplifiers from the Amplifier video, where we go into some 7-string sounds and some much more heavier stuff on the lead and ultra channels, and it sounded great. And if you own a Black Spirit 200 or any other head and you're interested in trying out this cabinet, well, I've got good news for you in the form of this, the TS112 Pro, which is released today on the same day as the combo itself, and it is exactly this without the amp in it. So it's a 1x12 teal small cabinet here, ported, and it features again the Celestion Creamback UK built G1275H. I think I've got the name right. If not, check the specs down there below. Again, Mishi, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the Black Spirit 200 combo with us.
It was my pleasure, and I would suppose that for the end of the video, let's just hear it one more time, and let's do the perfect living room solo sound, which I guess everyone enjoys most, and just have another listen, and then I guess we're finished here.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But be sure to check Mishi out, Michael Wagner Guitar. Google it, check out his YouTube and his website, because you can learn a whole lot of his blues rock mastery from him there. Check us out on hugheskettner.com, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers and enjoy. Guitar face.